When you get enough reasons, you can find a way to do anything. But the problem is most people don't have enough reasons. Reasons come first, answers come second. See, what are human beings capable of? What can a human being do? Almost anything. Humans can do one of the most incredible things. They can go beyond most people's idea of what's possible. We can all break through that. What human beings can do is absolutely incredible. What they will do is usually rather disappointing. And the difference is not the how-to in most cases, it is the why-to. It is that reason. What changed my entire life in 1 year was one simple thing. I found something inside of me. I found a way that every moment of my life, everything I was doing had a sense of meaning. I found a way to make sure that whether it was just walking down the sidewalk and seeing somebody, or whether it was what I was doing in my business, where all of me was being poured into everything I did. See, what if you operated from the belief that everything I do moment to moment is a total expression of who I am? See, if you operate from that level, what would that do to your relationships? What would that do to the connection that you have with your patients? What would that do to your effectiveness in being able to help people? What would that do to the living environment you're in? What would that do to your personal relationship? What would it do to your ability to impact your kids? If all you did was every moment you managed to find that kind of meaning. And that only happens when you develop a purpose, a vision, and we all have it inside of ourselves. And today is towards the process of discovering that, getting more connected to that. Because see, when we know what we're doing things for, we can do anything. But most of us, we got sold a bill of goods a long time ago. We got sold all these things that we should do and then we would be happy. I mean, think about it. What did you get taught? I don't know about you, but I remember growing up, it's like when you turn 16, then you'll be happy. Because you'll get a car, you'll have some independence. Right? Then I turned 16 and I had to pay for the gas. Right? You know, I had to get a job to pay for the gas because I had to buy the car, and the car was really loud, it was always breaking down. Didn't make me happy. Then it was when you move out. When you get out of high school, that's the key. That didn't work. But when you move out, when you don't have your parents on your back, then you'll be in great shape. Did that work? No. You started to notice, boy, your parents were kind of intelligent about certain things. It's amazing how they get smarter as you get older, right? And so then enough, well, once you get through college, once you're through college, it'll be great. Once you get that first job, once you find your career, once you move up, once you get promoted, once you find that man or woman of your dreams, once you get married, once you have kids, yeah, that one's really going to do it, right? Once your kids make it through the terrible twos, once they make it through college, once you retire. Doctors, what was the bill of goods you got? Hey, if you make it, if you qualify, you get into pre-med, you make it through there, you're sailing. You'll make it. Yeah, they know the odds, but you'll do it. Oh, no. Once you get your license, then you got to make it. Just make it through, get that license, then it's in. Then it's, well, once you open your practice and really get underway. Of course, you went out and talked to some of the doctors in the area, and they told you there's no market for any more doctors in the area. So you go and you open things up, right? Then it's, well, once you get enough patients, and all of a sudden you got too many patients. Or once you get a better staff. But maybe it's not a better staff, maybe it's a better you. But once you get one of those kios, that'll do it. Once you retire. How many got sold some of these bills of goods that I'm talking about here? Come on, be honest, let me see your show of hands. We're all taught someday, something, someone, and then we'll be happy. Then it'll work out. I'd say it's a bill of goods and isn't true. What we got to do is we got to get clear about what is it we really want.
Getting things is not going to make you happy. That's good news in a tough economy. It's a good reminder. You know, it doesn't matter what you get. It doesn't matter whether it be money or opportunity. All those things might excite you for the moment. You know, even a relationship, as magnificent it may be, might be exciting for a while. But if you don't keep growing, that relationship isn't going to stay exciting. So the secret to real happiness is progress. Progress equals happiness, and if we can make progress on a regular basis, we feel alive. And that's why at the beginning of the year we get this thing like, okay, I can have this fresh start. I could really do what my soul desires. I could expand, I could grow, I could improve, I could change. Or maybe better than change, I could progress. What's an area of your life right now that you really want to improve? What's an area that's important to improve? If your body's great, how about your career? If career's great, how about your relationships? Intimate one especially, or your kids. Or your relationship with your creator, your spiritual side of your life? Or is it your finances? Figure an area that really matters. Decide on that area. Number one, write down what your life is like in that area right now as specifically as possible. So you might say, well, I'm 13.5 pounds overweight, you know, whatever the weight is, whatever the situation is, or my body fat's like this, or I wake up exhausted in the morning, and you write the truth of where you are right now. So you're real clear. Or I'm not in a relationship. I say I want a relationship, but I'm not in one, and I don't seem to find them. All the good ones seem to be gone is my belief. And I really do want one, but I don't have it. Whatever your definition. Or I'm in a relationship, and God, I wish I wasn't in a relationship. I'm planning my escape. Wherever you are. Or I have a wonderful relationship. We love each other, but there just isn't enough passion. Just write the truth of where you are. The area you want to change, but write how it is. And then the second step is, this is where you got to be really honest with yourself. What are the rituals that have put me there? Because whatever results you're getting, even if you don't like the results, there's some rituals that are keeping you in that place. There's some rituals of what you eat or don't eat, how you move or don't move, how you sleep or don't sleep. There's some rituals in the lack of variety or spice or energy or focus in an area. There's something you're doing, and it's usually not one thing, it's a bunch of little things that you kind of do consistently whenever you think about getting in a relationship, whenever you think about working out, whenever you think about money. You get yourself in a state of overwhelm. You start thinking about all the things you can't control. Just write down all the rituals you have, and then here's the third step. What do you want? What's your vision? And be really specific. I want to be my fighting weight. I want to be the strongest I've ever felt. I'm going to turn my, whatever it is, be specific. And then, last step number 4, what are the rituals that'll get you there? What would you need to do differently each morning if you're going to be that kind of energy, that kind of strength? How often would you work out? What days would you work out? What time? A ritual is something you do consistently, usually at a specific time, so it becomes automatic. Let me tell you something. Willpower doesn't last, but rituals can last a lifetime. I bet you have some rituals in your life right now you've been doing for years, even though some of them don't serve you. I'm just saying, wake yourself up. If you want a new year and a new life, you don't need to start on January 1st. Start today. Start with this little video. And just begin to see what happens and see how easy it is to just do a few little rituals. Don't do them all, just do 2 or 3 new things. And you know what happens? You'll get momentum. Because once you discipline yourself in one area of your life, you feel yourself doing it in other areas as well. And I always say something that my original teacher taught me. I always remind people, there's always 2 pains in life. There's the pain of discipline, or there's the pain of regret. And discipline weighs ounces, as my friend Jim Rohn taught me. Regret weighs tons. You don't want to have regret. So right now, what do you want to change? What's it really like? What are the rituals that got you there? That'll take a little homework. If you're not sure, ask the people around you. They'll tell you what your rituals are. What do I really want in depth? What are the rituals that'll get me there? And then get yourself to start a few of those actions and lock them in place.